more than half of the league, including for the Bengals. The AFC champs placed the franchise tag on safety Jesse Bates III back in March. Cincinnati's defense has allowed fewer and fewer points per game each season since Bates was drafted in the second round in 2018. Now, the Dolphins have made a lot of moves on the offensive side of the ball this offseason. One of their first was tagging tight end Mike Gesicki, who ranks fifth in receiving yards among tight ends over the last 3 seasons. Then there were the Cowboys. They also placed the franchise tag on their tight end in Dalton Schultz. Dak Prescott had a QBR of 95 when targeting Schultz last season, the highest of any quarterback-receiver combo with 80 targets. And Kansas City, the Chiefs, tagged offensive tackle Orlando Brown Jr., a Pro Bowl selection in each of the last 3 seasons. The Chiefs traded 4 picks, including their first rounder for Brown, back during the 2021 draft. So we're camping, and we're doing so with ESPN NFL insider Dan Graziano joining us. Now, Dan, of all the players we just ran through, who is the likeliest to get a long-term deal done before the deadline?
Yeah, look, Ryan, a lot of these get done right at the deadline, so it's hard to forecast. But right now I'm going to go with Orlando Brown of the Chiefs. This is a player that, that you mentioned they traded for. They traded a first-round pick for. They like the way he played at left tackle for them, and it makes sense to get a deal done. All along, it sounded like things have been positive on these talks. I think this is a player that should have a pretty good chance to get locked up before next Friday's deadline. The market is what it is for left tackles, and I think they knew that when they made the deal for him.
Indeed. 3-time Pro Bowler. Got to get him done. Keep in mind, he was a third-rounder in the 2018 draft. Now, who came one round before him but Jesse Bates, who's also waiting on a deal. He leads the team in tackles in those 4 seasons with the Bengals. So where do talks stand between Bates and these Bengals?
So far, from what I've been told, it hasn't been quite as hopeful on this. Now, again, 9 days to go, and things do happen at the last minute a lot of times with these deals. But right now, Jesse Bates and the Bengals don't seem to be particularly close. He wants to be paid at the top end of the safety market, which, given his performance, he should be. The franchise tag about $12.9 million, a little bit under that. So he doesn't want to play on that, hasn't signed it, and may hold out of training camp if he doesn't get a deal done by next Friday's deadline. Remember, the Bengals did draft a safety in the first round, Daxton Hill from Michigan. So that could be partly because maybe they think that Jesse Bates isn't going to be there long term if they can't get a deal done. So Bengals have been playing hardball, and we'll see if they relent at all before the deadline.
And we'll see if it works. I mean, we remember Bates, those 2 interceptions during that playoff run, had such a great run during that run to the Super Bowl. We'll see what the Bengals do with him. Dan, great to talk to you. Thanks.